Brad Marchand is back on the ice in Boston, facing his old team and his old friends. Off we go in Brad Marchand's return. And here is Marchand right off the hop with a backhand shoveled on and then chopped by Eetu Luostarinen. Marchand banks it back and gets a return feed from Lundell. Lundell along the wall in the corner. Slips one to Marchand along the net line. A shot comes in, rang off the iron, behind Swayman, reaching at it, they score! The Panthers strike first on the power play to get things started.
That's going to be Samoskevich with the goal. So much easier when you get to stay in your shape. Marchand's pushed aside by Peeke. He'll pick up an assist on this play, as the shot from Lundell beats Swayman clean off the post, and it hits Swayman. Everybody's fishing around for the puck, but it's Samoskevich who's going to jam this into the net. Marchand will pick up a helper. It's can he commit long enough to be an effective player.
And he's on the wing of Pavel Zacha on the second line. Bruins have the fourth line out there right now, centered by Sean Kuraly. Here's Mark Kastelik. Oh, and it's kicked out by Bobrovsky.
From Ottawa, had a really good year going last year. He got hurt and never really got healthy again. There he makes a nice move. I like this move as he goes back to the forehand. I guess if you're going to quibble, he's probably got to get it up a little higher, but he knew he'd get suspended, so he just ripped all the earpieces off and threw it away back onto the ice. And here go the big boys on the ice.
Gadjevich and Viel, a couple of fourth liners right off the draw. Viel trying to land a couple of uppercuts against Gadjevich.
Gadjevich is a tough character. Viel in his second game this year, played in Vegas on the road trip.
And Viel takes Gadjevich to the ice.
To stay in the lineup. There's Viel and Gadjevich, a little chat on the way by, and then Gadjevich, once the puck's out of the zone, turns left and off they go. Gadjevich signed a 2-year extension in Florida. Was picked up a couple of years ago because the Panthers did a great job in that first period keeping the Bruins to the outside.
Yeah, struggles scoring for both these teams here recently, and again, the guys in the studio were talking about both these teams on 4-game losing streaks. Rodriguez's shot goes rising up, bounces down for Victor Arvidsson, looking to outlet, and he does across the line. Middlestad with a shot, and Bobrovsky gobbles it up and tries to locate.
His first game back after a healthy scratch in Utah. Arvidsson finds him up between the defense, and it almost looks like the Bruins, I think the whole key for their game is can they exit against that Florida forecheck. If you can get out of there quick, now you can get your own forecheck going. Otherwise, you're just stuck in the mud.
Right off the face-off, Greer scores, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
Okay, so that's the worst case scenario for the Bruins, is that Greer is going to come off the boards and find this puck. Oh, it's a confusion for the Bruins. I mean, you got to be a little more firm on this puck. It's Janot and Lori that are standing around. They both have their stick on the puck. Oh, but that's a good play by Gadjevich. If we get another look at that, so much of the game's on the boards where the Panthers excel.
Pasternak cut to the high slot, drop for Zadorov, weaving in, tried to lift it, short side on Bobrovsky. There's McAvoy, off for Geekie. Geekie looking through the seam for Lindholm, hopped off the stick of Cunnin. Pasternak for Lindholm, in the circle. Pasternak moving in, tried to lift it off the shoulder of Sergei Bobrovsky.
Pasternak wants to score on the short side power play. He hits Bobrovsky in the mask. Man, they just gave him a freebie, and the Panthers get 2 forwards on the ice.
Yeah, the Bruins change. They turned it over, and here's Brad Marchand, short-handed, passed it off for Lundell, with Marchand fishing at the rebound, forced off the puck.
Doesn't miss by much. Same penalty. Marchand jumps out of the box. He's going to find Lundell. This is a great stop by Swayman.
Tanner Janot skates it in behind. He gets cut off there by Rodriguez. Asimont trying to tuck it home, and no goal. Swayman kicks one out through the high slot. The Panthers still jockeying for it. Mikula spins one around. Rebound popped out for Lundell. Here's Marchand below the goal line, eluding the referee in deep. Puck to the right of the net, and Swayman makes the stop on Lundell. Tonight. So we start the third with the Panthers on top, and They've got a minute 44 of carryover power play time to begin the periods. For Boston, the first time this season being shut out through 2 periods. Bennett on the entry. Verhaeghe centered. Bennett is denied by Swayman.
1 goal and no assist through the 7 games that the Panthers have played. Bennett had no shots on goal in the first 2 periods, and he takes a sweet little dish from Verhaeghe. Wow, it's
right in the front of Jeremy Swayman. Arvidsson goes spinning on the rush, working on Balinskis, cuts in, and Balinskis stood him up in the circle.
Oh, it looked like a little glimmer of room there.
Out in front, tapped along, they score! Pavel Zacha, and the Bruins are on the board.
To set up Zacha. This is the glimmer of hope it looked like Arvidsson had. Now the Panthers gum up this breakout as Greer's pass misses Petrie.
Zacha, Pasternak tapped it on into the bumper spot, past Lindholm. McAvoy fished it out. Geekie in deep, pressured by Ekblad. Geekie tried to work it out for Zacha. No penalty called. Pasternak out high. A shot. Score! Tied at
2. Pasternak and his movement on the play. He started on the right point. He went across there. You see him on the left point. Now he's going all the way across. Tough to front Pasternak when he's moving so much in the zone. Cunnin wearing down a little bit as the penalty kill moves on. Can't stay in front of David Pasternak, who slides this puck through.
The Bruins changed. The Panthers started with Lundell in the back end, absorbing contact from Pasternak. Marchand sauces one ahead, moving in. Lostarinen off the iron, he scores! Florida's got the lead in the 3rd.
The Panthers escape the zone. Marchand's got his 2nd assist of the night. And for the 2nd time tonight, Lorei just simply is not strong enough on his stick. Lostarinen goes right through him and makes a perfect shot. Reinhart, a natural center in Buffalo. When he was drafted, will take the draw against Middlestat. Because it's on this side, it's lefty versus righty.
Middlestat's good night continues at the dot. Moved off. Pasternak a shot. They score! Morgan Geekie ties it at 3.
Face-off win for Middlestat, and Pasternak with the help. He retrieves that loose puck, and he and McAvoy play that quick game of catch. McAvoy will find it to Pasternak. This shot is deflected off of Bobrovsky, and wow, that's a terrific pass for Casey Middlestat. When you get scratched out of a game, as Middlestat was in Utah.
And now Arvidsson from Middlestat, sauced in the direction of Pavel Zacha. Forsling up ahead, an outlet for Bennett. Bennett centers, Verhaeghe shoots off the post, and it ricochets in. Off the stick of Andrew Peeke, and Florida's got the lead.
Forsling the breakout pass. That's a great catch by Bennett, who came alive in this 3rd period. The shot from Verhaeghe is going to come in the slot here. We'll get a great look at it here. His shot's going to hit the far goal post and ricochet all the way out. It hits the foot of Peeke. And Verhaeghe, who scored on his first shot of the year, gets this crazy one back off of Andrew Peeke's foot. Like, the Bruins just, they have to be shaking their head. I don't think Reinhart got a touch on this.
McAvoy back to get it, and the waning seconds here in Boston tick off. Brad Marchand enters TD Garden as a visitor for the first time in his career, and his Panthers win it 4-3.